Hi, I'm Don Bodan from SampleLibraryReview.com, and I'm very excited today. We're taking a look at a pre-release copy of Lyrical Cello Phrases from Sonuscore. Most composers will be very familiar with Sonuscore's libraries, such as action strikes, action strings, emotive strings, and most recently Trinity Drums, which our contributor Brian Brylow did a review of not too long ago. Just a quick note here, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe to Sample Library Reviews channel here. We'd love your support. Library downloads as just over 3 gigabytes. It contains a little over 1,000 samples, and it does require the full version of Contact 5.6.0 or higher. Lyrical Cello Phrases sells for €99, and at the time of filming, there's a special intro price, €74.25. Lyrical Cello Phrases contains 2 Contacts instruments, a phrase library, and a legato instrument. We'll get to that one in just a moment. First, let's check out the phrases. The main way the library is set up is it comes with 12 different themes, and each of these themes contain 5 different phrases. The red key switches at the bottom can change your key. And a big plus here, it looks like every couple steps or so there's a new performance sampled at the new root key. So they're not just taking that one sample and time stretching it across the full octave. The key switches are color-coded in a way that you've got full phrases, beginning, middle, and ends of phrases, and then the green key switches give you a way to quickly wrap up a phrase and return to your root. The library does have an effects page, which gives you some EQ, a little bit of delay, a reverb. The whole isn't too bad. Probably wouldn't mind using one of my premium Hall plugins, and I think that the sound overall blend really nicely, especially inside of another couple instruments for an arrangement. Now moving on to the Lyrical Cello legato instrument, you got 2 main key switches for long legato, and a key switch for short legato. Now, for having the same cello timbre to be able to kind of expand your phrases or maybe add a line here and there, I think this will work really well. I think you'll be able to get away with it for a little bit of solo work as well. Obviously, the cons here are it is only legato, and you've got a lot of vibrato on those held notes. No controls over that vibrato for you. No pizzicato, no staccato, no marcato, no other articulations, just a long sustain with these legatos. Pros here, it's a pretty nice selection of phrases in each of the themes. I like the ability that the key switches for beginning, middle, end, and the green ones if you want to wrap it up and get back to your root. The first con for me is that these phrases are not tempo locked to your DAW. They don't use Contact's time machine. They've opted instead for this speed control. Now, you are able to MIDI learn to control that speed control, but for my workflow, I prefer to have phrases tempo locked to my DAW. Another con I think is important to note is that you don't have the ability to jump from theme to theme. I would have preferred to have that ability with key switches. That way, I wanted to use some phrases from one of the minor themes and jump to another minor theme. I could have kind of combined them and built my own kind of theme. Of course, there is a workaround, loading up a couple instances of the instrument. And as far as the cello legato instrument goes, I think I made the cons pretty clear. It has its whole limitations. The vibrato comes on strong after you let it go. There's no additional articulations, no pizzicato, no staccato, no marcato. So it's going to be limited with what you can do, although I do think it's a nice addition to include with the Lyrical Cello Phrases instrument, in that you get to add a little bit, do some modification, or create your own, just a counterpoint line or a lead line that will blend nicely, sound like it's the same instrument. Thanks so much for checking out this review of Lyrical Cello Phrases. I'll include links to everything discussed in the description below. And if you could be so kind, please like, share, and subscribe so we can have motivation to continue to create more videos like this for you.